ACCC has recently come out and openly opposed Qantas's planned purchase of regional operator Alliance within Australia. It's a move that would further shake up the Australian aviation industry and add to the already existing Qantas monopoly, if it was to be approved. The Australian flag carrier had been hoping to purchase Alliance, however it has incurred many roadblocks since it openly came out and expressed its desire to do this. The latest being the ACCC, the governing body, rejecting such a move. The governing body that I just made mention of has been locked in a heavy review process that was set to determine whether Qantas's decision to purchase Alliance would negatively impact the Australian aviation sector. After that thorough review, they decided that it would, and therefore rejected the move. If a merger was to go ahead, the ACCC warned that the repercussions on the people would be huge. Prices would likely rise, while the overall service felt on board these two airlines would drop as well. This would be primarily felt in Queensland and Western Australia, that rely on Alliance's operations to get them to and from important work jobs, as well as transporting out of regional towns. ACC's biggest reason is placing importance on the role that the pair offer in their respective regions of transporting workers like I mentioned. If the pair were to come together, the competition would be gone, and they have no doubt that prices would skyrocket, therefore negatively impacting the consumers of these two companies. The acquisition, though, has been long opposed by the flying public and just Australians, who are of the same opinion of the ACCC, again, that it would negatively hurt them. For Qantas, naturally, it's a good decision to them, as it means they take control of more market share, which is always a primary goal of a business. However, the news from the ACCC in the past day further reaffirms the stance that the general public have had, that a move like this simply wouldn't be good. Qantas will naturally now look to take the steps necessary to take this further up in attempts to tie the knot with Alliance formally in a deal that they have said has already been agreed upon but just needs the formal approval. That formal approval is going to be hard to get following the ACC initially rejecting plans put in place by the flag carrier to acquire Alliance. These similar review processes don't strictly happen in, say, Australia. They're a fundamental part of any merger being approved wherever it is around the world. I'll always use the ongoing Asiana Airlines and Korean merger as a perfect example of how various countries and governing bodies will take a look at the implications such a merger would have, and if it's set to be negative, then they'll put forward their opposition. We've seen recently Singapore come out and openly say that they don't believe a merger between the two major Asian carriers would negatively impact Singapore, so they gave it the go-ahead. But in this case, with Qantas and Alliance, well, this is strictly talking Australian operations, and it has been rejected. For those of you that do know a little bit about the topic, or maybe are passing through the first time and finding out about these merger plans, what are your thoughts? Do you believe keeping Alliance, a regional-based operator within Australia that focuses on charter missions, transporting very important workers to and from regional towns, and Qantas, that being the flag carrier, coming together is a good decision or a bad decision? Let me know down below in the comments. Thanks a bunch for your support, and I'll see you next time for more content.
And we'll fly.